My nightmare didn't begin with a monster or a ghost or anything supernatural. It began with a woman I had never met before, a woman from my husband's past, a former beauty queen, flawless on the outside, empty on the inside. But I didn't know that yet. I had no idea how deeply a person's obsession could rot their mind, or how far someone could go when they refused to be forgotten. 1. Chapter: The First Shadows. When I first learned about her, I assumed she was just an overly attached ex. Annoying, maybe, but harmless. Then the calls began. Unknown numbers, day and night. Sometimes 3 in the morning, sometimes 7 calls in a row. My husband would sit on the edge of the bed, exhausted, staring at the buzzing phone. And then came the threats. If you don't help me, I'll go to the police. I'll ruin your life. She wanted money, attention, control, whatever she could get. My husband ignored her, blocked her, refused to give in. And each time he did, something inside her snapped a little more. At that point, she was just a disturbance. But the real horror hadn't even begun. 2. Chapter: Face to Face. We went to a gala one night, a charity event. We had no idea she'd be there too. But she was waiting, right by the entrance, like she knew exactly when we'd arrive. She stared at me from across the room, slowly tilting her head, studying me, whispering into her date's ear with a crooked smile. I shrugged it off until she ambushed me. I left the bathroom, and there she stood, towering over me, bending down so her face was inches from mine. Her smile stretched unnaturally wide, like a cracked porcelain doll. Her eyes, they weren't eyes of a human anymore, just 2 black pits. She hissed at me. "Where's your man? Watch your back, pug." The word slithered out of her mouth. Her grin never moved. Her eyes never blinked. That was the first time I felt fear. Genuine, primal fear. 3. Chapter: The Slow Spiral. We stopped going to events after that, but it didn't stop her. My car was keyed. Strange cars slowed down near our house at night. My social media filled with bizarre follow requests. She created fake accounts to tag my husband's coworkers with accusations and insults. Then New Year's Eve came. At exactly 12:01 a.m., a comment appeared on my private Instagram. "Happy New Year, scrud." Not to me, at me. As if she was standing outside with a timer in her hand. That night, I realized she wasn't simply watching us. She was studying us. 4. Chapter: Court and the Transformation. Eventually, we went to the police. She was arrested for harassment. But the real shock came when we saw her in court. She looked transformed. Her long blonde hair was gone, shaved off. She wore a ratty brown wig. She had gained weight and moved with a hunched, almost creature-like posture. She hid behind oversized men's coats and cheap sunglasses. And her eyes, Those eyes had narrowed into two cold black slits. She turned to us repeatedly, staring, smirking, whispering to her lawyer as if this was all some twisted game. I knew then this arrest would only make her worse. And I was right. 5. Chapter: The Digital Haunting. When she got out, the obsession escalated. She created dozens, maybe hundreds of fake accounts. Every day, every night, she posted my husband's face onto humiliating images, edited my photos to make me look monstrous, posted threats about our children, shared images of our street, our house, my husband's workplace, and sent cryptic, chilling notes. Plant flowers in your front yard. They'll look beautiful up close. Be good to your kids. You never know what could happen. Ring, ring, posted over a picture of a pentagram and candles. In just 3 months, her fake Twitter account posted 16,000 times. No followers, no audience, just madness aimed at us. I began checking the windows at night, avoiding walking past the front door after dark, listening for footsteps that weren't there. I felt like she was always just outside, watching, waiting. 6. Chapter: The Second Arrest. Finally, the police called us back. We submitted thousands of screenshots, hours of statements, and at last, they arrested her again. More charges, a social media ban. The online torment slowed. The house felt lighter, but peace didn't come, because even now, sometimes I still get a strange follow request. A blank account. No photo, no followers. And I wonder, is it her? Is she back? The fear doesn't fade. It just hides. Final chapter: Her last words. Before I end this story, I want to share the last message she posted, the one that still makes my stomach twist.
Translated from her native language, it said, "Violent women, the cruelest ones, never answer questions. They enjoy prolonging misunderstandings. I contact people only to torment them. My cruelty is my last attachment to this world, my last luxury." Her court dates are still being postponed. The process is still dragging on. And sometimes at night, when the house is quiet and the kids are asleep, I walk into the kitchen and feel something. A heaviness, a presence. Like someone outside is watching the windows, waiting for the lights to go out. Maybe she's far away. Maybe she's closer than I think. Because one thing I learned from this nightmare is some monsters don't hide under your bed. Some walk free, smiling, watching, waiting, long after the story is supposed to be over.